Hiya and welcome to Itsy Crafty. This is some of my craft space that I've been organising recently, and I wanted to share with you how easy it is to make these labels using a Cricut machine. I'm always reorganising my craft space, and in the last few months I've bought these containers. Hopefully you can see that there. These are the smaller ones, and then there are larger containers which are twice the height of these. I made the labels using a holographic vinyl from Cricut, and I used my Cricut machine to cut the labels for me. I also have some baskets in my craft space. This one is stamps, and I have a lot of my clear stamps in here, and I have another basket with a lot of Happy Planner stickers in it. So one of my organisational tips would be to file like with like and label it and have it in your face so you can use it. We don't buy things to hoard, we buy things to use. So if you're interested in seeing how to make these labels, please stay watching. This is my canvas in Cricut Design Space, and this is where I created all of the words which I've then cut from vinyl and used on my craft storage containers. I created all of the words just using text in Cricut Design Space. So on the left hand side here you can see text. When I click on that it opens a text box, and in that box I'm going to type foil, and I'll just move that to where we can see it. I'm using Windows 10 on my PC, but creating and editing text is very similar in the Android and Apple apps for Cricut Design Space. With this font, you can see all of the different fonts up here. These are all the system fonts, and then we have lots of Cricut Access fonts also. The font that I've decided to use for my labels is called Flashback. It's a free font for personal use and available from dafont.com. But you can see there's a whole heap of different fonts there that you can use for your labels if you don't want to download additional fonts. The font size I use for most of my labels is 165, so I'll just increase that font to 165. Up the top here beside font size is letter space, and you can use this to bring your letters closer together. This still isn't really giving me the look that I'm after. I'm after a more bouncy hand lettered look. So if I select the word, I want to ungroup the letters. I can do this with a right mouse click, or up on the top right here I can press ungroup. What ungroup does is it's just ungrouping every individual letter, so I can move it up or down or around all over the place. And I can pretty much move my letters to how I want them, like this. And once I'm happy with that, I can select all of the letters and I want to weld them together. So down the bottom there's a weld function, or with the right mouse click you can access weld. What weld does is it puts all of the shapes together into one shape, and it will only cut around the outside of the shape. If you don't weld it, particularly when you've got linked lettering like this, then the Cricut will cut every individual letter and you'll have random cuts all over the place. So you definitely want to weld text before you cut it. So I've got my foil here, and I'm just going to change stickers also to black, and then I'm going to cut both of these labels on my Cricut Joy machine. I'm now just on my iPad, and I'm going to select to cut on my Cricut Joy on a mat, and I need to whiz through till I get to the black screen. There it is. So this shows me how much foil I need to pop on my mat. I've just got a roll of vinyl here. I think it's Cricut Premium Vinyl Removable, and all I'm going to do is cut a section of that will be enough for my two labels. And then I'll just push that down onto the mat like so, and I'll hit continue. And then I just need to select my Joy and I need to set its premium vinyl. It's actually there. It's the only favourite I have saved at the moment. And now I just want to load the mat. And then you do everything from here with the Cricut Joy. So you hit the go button on the app, and then that's preparing, and now it's cutting. And when it's finished, you just need to hit unload on your app, and that unloads the mat from the Joy. Hopefully here you can see it's cut the words stickers and foil. So what I need to do now is just weed those words, so then we can apply it to the containers. To weed these, I'm just going to use my Cricut weeding tool, and I just want to catch a little bit of the vinyl on the outside of the word that I can then peel up. And this will be the bulk of it. Just need to be really careful around the eye, that the little dot for the eye stays there. This is a holographic opal vinyl, so it changes looks depending on the light that's reflecting on it. So I'm just weeding these other bits out. I'm actually just using my fingernail for this because it's easy enough with a fingernail. And just a little bit in the S there. So there you can see I have stickers, and that was really easy to weed. Okay, so I'll just do the same with foil. And just using my fingernails again. And then we have foil. The next step that's needed to apply the vinyl to the container is transfer tape. So this is Cricut transfer tape. I just need to cut the transfer tape to be a little bit bigger than what I have here, and then I can transfer the labels onto this and then onto the container. So just peel the backing off the transfer tape, and hopefully you can see there the transfer tape actually has lines on it, which helps sort of put things on straight. Although my font is a bouncy sort of a font, so I don't know if it necessarily has a perfectly straight. So just pop the tape down onto there, and then I just use this Cricut tool here just to push the vinyl onto the tape. And then I always do the back as well. And then just peeling from a corner. And what we hopefully have is all of the vinyl on the tape ready to transfer. And now I'll just do the same with stickers. And pushing down on the back. And there we have stickers. So I now have both labels ready to pop onto my containers. And this is the sticker container that I want to label. It's got quite a lot of Happy Planner sticker books in it, and I just wanted to label along this part of it here. I pretty much just eyeball it. and then just push it down. I might need to just push it down a little bit more. It was just lifting a little bit. So I peel it off and then keep the transfer tape because you can use that again. So you just pop it back on the backing and you can use that to transfer something else. And then I always just use my finger just to make sure all the tiny little bits are pushed down. So you can see I've got stickers there, and now I want to do the side of one of my larger containers. This is my larger container that I want to label. I have these along a shelf. I've got lots of things in them and I've labelled them all apart from this one, which I've got foil in. I just eyeball it once again. And I like to do it actually in place because then I can use the containers either side of it to try and make it the right height, and then also I can sort of center it using the container above it. And then just use my finger to help push that down. I just had a little extra piece of foil there from the center of the eye. And there it is, all done. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I hope it might inspire you to organise your craft supplies and use them. I hope to catch you in my next video. Bye!